What's most depressing about working remotely is not having two pairs of big, beautiful bird breasts on either side of me. Skip it up and that up! Hey everybody, your favorite man with an ass is now on Cameo. You could get your own personalized video message sent directly from me to you. Link to my Cameo below in the description. I look forward to seeing you there. So one of the problems with the game Gotham Knights, besides the fact that it looks about as exciting to play as staring at the inside of my ass cheeks, is that it only runs at 30 FPS on consoles, across the board. Doesn't matter if you have a Series S, Series X, well, the PlayStation 5 digital and the disc edition are the same, but 30 FPS in 2022. Well, on Discord, one of the developers, Fleur Marty, or Fluoa Marty, actually addressed this. Hello, everyone. I know many of you are wondering about the availability of a performance mode for Gotham Knights on consoles. Due to the types of features we have in our game, like providing a fully untethered co-op experience in our highly detailed open world, it's not as straightforward as lowering the resolution and getting a higher FPS. For this reason, our game does not have a performance quality toggle option and will run at 30 FPS on consoles. And a lot of people were saying, seriously, in 2022, there's not a way with current gen hardware you could get this to work. Well, Rocksteady technical artist Lee Donavold actually put his 2 cents in, and he blames it all on the Series S. This is what he had to say on Twitter that was controversial. I wish gamers understood what 60 FPS means, in terms of all the things they lose to make a game run that fast, especially taking into account that we have a current-gen console that's not much better than a last-gen one. And someone actually asked him on Twitter, interesting, I'm genuinely wondering, where would the bottleneck, if there is any, in the latest gen consoles be? Do we already have data on that, or are these consoles globally balanced? And he replies to this person, Series S GPU mostly, multi-platform games always have to optimize for the lowest performer. And someone else says to him, I mean, the Series X is much more powerful than the Xbox One, but yeah, he's not talking about the Series S though, but Lee Donavold replies back with, the Series S exists though. He wrote Dearies S, but I think he means Series S, and Microsoft won't let you launch one game without the other. An entire generation of games is going to be hamstrung by that potato, meaning the Series S, and I'm sure that Microsoft loved the fact that a developer called one of their current-gen consoles a potato. I'm sure that Phil Spencer was smiling when he saw these tweets. Now, I've been calling him Donavold, Devenold did actually backtrack for this and apologize, because I'm sure Rocksteady was like, are you really telling a major platform for that one of their relatively new consoles is a potato that we make a lot of money off of? Are you serious? Now look, I've talked about before how other developers have come out and said that the Series S is a bottleneck. For example, the developers of Control said that the best they could get out of the Xbox Series S is 900p at 60 FPS. 4A Games, the developers of Metro Exodus, said the GPU limitations on the Series S are gonna be an issue, especially in the future. id Software lead engine programmer Billy Kahn and principal engine programmer Axel Knighting said that due to the much lower and slower amount of RAM in the Series S, it's gonna be hard for it to keep up. Axel also said this, also, it always scaled on PC is nonsense. Every AAA game in the past decade or so has their assets made once so they run on minimum spec. Increasing sample counts a bit here and there for high settings isn't what you could truly have done with more power. Minimum spec matters, and minimum spec this generation is the Series S. Now, I know Microsoft has done some things with the Series S, like they optimize it so developers have a whopping 500 more megabytes to work with system memory when they make games. But, you know, it's still a 4 teraflop budget system. And developers are right. I'm sure they're going to do things with fidelity effects to make games that are more demanding run better on the Series S, but what's going to happen a couple years from now? Are they going to come out with like a Series S 1X and like a mid-gen refresh of both consoles, the Series S and X, where they have more power, kind of like the Xbox One X? Maybe that's what they'll do, because the developers are right. From a CPU standpoint, the Zen 2 cores are far superior than what the Xbox One consoles had, which were the Jaguar cores, which were crap from day one. But the graphical performance and memory bandwidth need to be there as well. And from what everyone is saying, it doesn't seem to be there. And that's going to be a big problem if developers' ideas are held back because one of the consoles of the current generation won't allow them to implement the innovations they want to. It's not just about graphics. There may be a genre of games we may miss out on because the Series S isn't powerful enough to run it. Think about that. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.